My name is Randy Kirk, and you might know me from a few of the things that I've done over the years in the bicycle industry. I've written a couple of books, all of which were called Principles of Bicycle Retailing, 1 or 2 or 3, and I've just completed writing Principles of Bicycle Retailing for the Internet Age. I had started this book 3.5 years ago, just after I'd sold AC International. You probably know of AC International. It was a factory that I co-founded in 1981 to manufacture Mr. Tuffy tire liners. And over the years, we also sold such things as California Springs water bottles and other tire liners and quick sticks and many other products. When I sold the factory, I decided that I was going to go after the thing that I love the most, which was helping small businesses to be more successful. The 5 books that I had written about small business, including the 3 for the bicycle industry and 2 that were published by Warner Business Books, one called When Friday Isn't Payday and another called Running a 21st Century Small Business, had resulted in many people emailing me, calling me, and speaking to me over the years about this small item or that small item that had really helped them to improve their sales or profits, or just to have a greater experience with running a small business. When I first started to write the new book, I went down to Texas to visit some of the top stores down in the Texas area. You may or may not be aware that there are a number of bike shops down in the Dallas and the Fort Worth and Austin areas that do multiplied millions of dollars in sales per year. I wanted to visit those stores and ask them what was the difference, what was making the difference, why was that area of the country doing so well. And I did generate a lot of great ideas from that trip. We have a fairly big hotbed of bicycle businesses here in West Los Angeles as well. And I visited a number of those shops as well and talked to their owners and their managers about the difference. What was the difference between a $1 million bike shop, a $2 million bike shop, or even a $5 million bike shop. I then didn't write the book. And I'm so glad I waited. I ended up starting a business consulting business, specializing in marketing consulting and actually specializing in consulting for bicycle retail stores. And over the last 3.5 years, I've consulted with 10 and currently consult with 5 of those 10 on an ongoing month-to-month basis. Through that experience, through working with top-of-the-line retailers, some of the middle-of-the-line retailers selling everything from $10,000 bikes to specializing in under $500 bikes, I've learned a tremendous amount that would have never made it into this new book. The book is now complete, and it's a book like no other book you've ever read, and certainly no other book that I've ever written. The book is going to sell for $49.95 retail. And while that may seem like a lot, can you imagine that if you sold one extra bike as a result of reading this book, it would pay for itself many times over. But that's not the only way that you might make a lot of money as a result of reading Principles of Bicycle Retailing for the Internet Age. There are so many new ideas in here with regard to how to work the internet, how to get high rankings on Google Places, how to get your website on page 1, how to use Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and even Google+. But of course the internet's changing daily, and so there's kind of another special aspect to this book that I'll talk about in just a second. I mentioned that the book is going to retail for $49.95. However, we have a pre-publication special right now at $39.95. You can take advantage of that by ordering up to and through the last day of Interbike. Now I'd recommend that you do it today. It's just going to be a lot easier if you go over to bikeshopowner.com, that's bikeshopowner, singular.com, and order your book today. You're going to get some very special bonuses. Number 1, you're going to get 6 months free on the bikeshopowner.com portal. Now what's the bikeshopowner.com portal? Well, that's what I was talking about a minute ago with regard to how this book is so completely different. This book is going to be evergreen. That means that if there are changes today on the way that Facebook works, or if there are changes on the way that Google Places decides the rankings, that information is going to be available to you on the portal. You can go in and you can find out what these changes are at any given time and learn more about how to be more successful online and offline in your marketing and the way you do business. Let's say that one of my relationships ends up in me learning something brand new about the bicycle industry. Well, once again, it'll be in the portal. Now, it'd be great if you just came into the portal every morning to check out what was new, but we're going to help out on that too. We're going to send an email once a week that's going to give you updates. Here are things that are now in the portal that you can go and see that'll help you run your bicycle retail store. Now, not only are you going to get these updates, But the other cool thing is this is going to be, as I mentioned, a bicycle retail, or even a retail, or even a book like no other book that you've ever seen. But it is all about the way books will be in the future. And that is, all throughout the book, there will be references to the URLs that you can go to and find out more details. There's no way in the world that I can give a complete talk on how to sell more to each customer that walks in the door, or to provide for you a YouTube video that you can give to your salespeople that would help them with the very basic principles of selling. These things need to be online. That's the only way it's going to work. So not only will there be these kind of videos, there will be pictures of bicycle retail interiors. There will be pictures of signage and exteriors. There will be examples of profit and loss analysis and cash flow programs that you can take and you can actually use them and set them up, put in your own numbers and use them to plot your own cash flow numbers. There will be so many things that there's no way you can put into a book, but which become amazingly useful and helpful when they're on the internet for you. So this will all be at bikeshopowner.com, but you'll be able to get into these things only by having a password to get in. And the password comes with the book. So you can see that for $49.95 after the Interbike show, it's going to be a great deal. But if you order now, place your order, and the books will be shipped just before Interbike, you're going to get an even better deal, because you're going to get it for $39.95 and you're going to get 6 months free on bikeshopowner.com. So do it now. Take advantage. Run over to bikeshopowner.com, sign up, get your book, and we'll look forward to seeing more of you on the other side in the forum.